everybody, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 18th of February going through until Sunday the 24th of February 2019. It's really nice to be with you today. Thank you for joining me. These weekly horoscopes are for all signs of the zodiac. It's for everyone who watches. So if you like these, please share them online. What I do is I give you a day-by-day rundown of what's happening every day and how the energies that the planets form between themselves are gonna affect you. So last week was pretty positive. This week is really full on. It's a lot more intense than last week was, so you kind of have to pay attention a little bit. Plus, my horoscopes are based on UK time, so just take that into account. Now on Monday the 18th, we've got the Sun going into Pisces at 5 minutes past 11 in the evening. So happy birthday, Pisces. Chiron, the planet of the Centaur, who's kind of the wounded healer, that moves into Aries. And when Chiron moves into Aries, there's more fear about doing things solo, doing things by yourself, because you'll remember all the times when you tried to do something by yourself and it didn't work. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is in Capricorn, so that wants to work, and it's conjuncting Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is about let's build, let's put a foundation in place, let's be the head teacher, let's be strong. The communication planet Mercury is in Pisces, so Mercury is much more focused on the spiritual and the emotional side of things rather than just logic and facts and figures. And it sits right next to Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is the water planet of dreams and intuition. So Mercury is supercharged in terms of connecting with the higher realms, spirituality, all of that. Now, the Leo Moon, fiery, wanting to be in the spotlight, that trines, so another harmonious relationship, the good luck planet Jupiter in Sagittarius. So we've got a nice mix here on Monday. So with the Sun going into Pisces, you enter the landscape of Pisces and you really get in touch with your feelings and the emotional undercurrents of life. Mercury in Pisces also helps you tune into that because it's in Pisces as well as Neptune. So with Chiron, I mentioned that already, taking independent action may feel scary and you may just want to escape into your own little fantasy world, your own little fantasy bubble. But doing things by yourself in the real world will make you feel somewhat unsettled, even though you do desperately want to express yourself with that Venus and Saturn in Capricorn. So the trick here on Monday is to feel your feelings and to do it anyway, as Susan Jeffers would say. Susan Jeffers wrote a book in the 80s called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, and it's really a wonderful book that's changed my life. I would really recommend it. Also remember that the bigger the obstacle in life, the bigger the purpose on the other side of it. So it's almost like you're being sabotaged from taking personal independent action today. So because there's resistance, if you do take action on this day and you do decide to go your own way and be independent, you're going to achieve something bigger than you would have expected. So if you're deciding to, exhibit your art today and you're really scared about it, it's going to have a bigger impact than you thought it ever could. Now on Tuesday the 19th of Feb, we've got the Moon going into Virgo at 2:48 in the afternoon. The Moon is the most sensitive part of who you are, and in Virgo, it's in an Earth sign, and it's in an Earth sign that's ruled by Mercury, and that's about taking information in, listening, learning, paying attention, and Virgo is also very dutiful. It feels like I need to take care of people. It's associated with the nurse. The full moon in Virgo takes place at 3:55 in the afternoon, so I made a separate video on the full moon. It's a super moon, so it's bigger than a regular moon, and it's also at 0 degrees. So when you get something at 0 degrees, you get the quintessential nature of it, and this is Virgo. So Virgo is, I mean, I'm a Virgo, so I'm biased, but Virgo is a really amazing sign that allows you to really tune into things and to understand things that you didn't before. It's hyper vigilant, it loves information, and it's like a meaning making machine. So have a look at that separate video on the full moon. Mercury is in Pisces, and it still conjuncts Neptune in Pisces, so that dreamy side of things is still there. And Mercury in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Capricorn, so it's coming down to earth a little bit, and with the moon moving into Virgo in an earth sign, we're also getting more grounded now. So Tuesday is an amazing day where you're going to have an intuitive knack for transforming the abstract and intangible things that are happening in your mind or that you feel, and you can turn them into something real. So through writing or setting up a company, singing your song, learning and finally getting to the point of something that's eluded you for a while, like finally getting something that you haven't been able to understand, or painting your feelings, any new kind of venture that incorporates the watery, intangible side of life, the abstract side of life, and turning it into something that you can touch or feel or engage with. So it's a wonderful day for personal expression. On Wednesday, the 20th of February, we've got the Virgo moon still opposing Neptune in Pisces, so there's distance now between Earth and fantasy. They're 180 degrees apart, so I don't want anything to do with you, Neptune, stay away. Because the moon is the most intimate part of yourself, so you're always going to go with that. The moon also opposes Mercury in Pisces because that sits right on top of Neptune. The moon squares Jupiter in Sagittarius, so there's friction there between the lucky planet moving forward, and it trines Saturn, Venus, and Pluto in Capricorn. So it's all about Earth, it's all about doing things, it's all about transforming your physical circumstances, doing that with a sense of certainty and power and love. So on Wednesday, you really don't have the time to prep and to dream anymore. Neptune's on the other side of the chart, bye-bye Neptune. You know what you want to do, you've got the imagination, you've got the dreams in your head, you already have the material going, and you want to get on with it basically on this day, in a practical sense. The ideas are all there, it's the realization of those ideas that's easily achieved on this day. So really get busy. So if you're an artist, or you want to set up that company, or you want to learn and you want to have that breakthrough that you do understand what E equals MC squared actually means, do it, because this is the day to get busy and to realize those things which you haven't been able to grasp as of yet. On Thursday the 21st, the moon goes into Libra at 2:18 in the afternoon. When the moon goes into Libra, it gets much lighter because Libra is an air sign, and Libra, if you look at the glyph of Libra, it's like a bridge. It connects you with other people, it makes you more compromising, it gives you an aura of charm and elegance and beauty and bringing people together, being able to communicate with anybody that you want, and it's a very sociable kind of sign. The Libra moon opposes Chiron in Aries, so that's really good news because Chiron in Aries is the wounded healer, so that's on the other side of the chart. So there's no real chance of being hurt and being full of fear like you were earlier in the week. The Libra moon quincunxes, so that's a harmonious relationship. The sun in Pisces and Mars in Taurus. So we've got a mix here between all the elements on Thursday. We've got air and fire and water and earth. So we've got a really nice balance. So Thursday the 21st is a lovely romantic day where you see the best in people and where you're almost guaranteed not to be hurt because Chiron is on the other side of the chart in Aries. So take emotional and relationship risks where you potentially could get hurt. So if you've had your eye on someone that you've adored for a while, ask them to have a drink after work. Or if you've dreamed of changing your job and becoming independent for a long time and you've had the guidance come in and over again, take the risk and do it. Keep your day job, but start doing the independent thing on the side and start building it up. There's no chance that you're going to be hurt today. So if there's no chance that you're going to be hurt emotionally, take the things that could potentially be a disaster. Like if you're at a bar and you see a guy who you just think is just drop dead gorgeous, then sit next to him and say hello. And that could be awful and awkward, but it can also be the beginning of a new relationship. So the other thing about this day that you have to realize is that you come across as charming, dreamy, and charismatic yourself. So if there are job interviews or pitches to be done, like Shark Tank, or I think in the UK, I think in America it's called Shark Tank. In the UK it's called something else, not The Apprentice, can't remember. But it's basically where there's 4 judges sitting there and you've got a business idea and you have to pitch it to them. And they have to say, that's a great idea, I'll invest. If you have something like that today, then make the pitch to the company. Save those kind of things for Thursday, because that's the day this week where you will have most success, because you put your best foot forward, you come across as wonderful, and people will want to work with you. You kind of build the bridge with them, and you're easy to get along with, you're accessible. People feel comfortable and at ease around you. So Thursday is an amazing day to connect with people. So really, if you want certain people in your life, if you want to collect new friends, sometimes you have to do that, you know. Sometimes you have to say, I want a group of friends, I'm going to collect a couple of people and see if that works. On Friday the 22nd, we've got another shift now, because Mercury is in Pisces and it squares Jupiter in Sagittarius. So there's friction between the dream and the intuitive side of things and moving forward. Venus is in Capricorn and conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, so they're still saying, let's build and let's take the things that we love and let's take practical action to be like the phoenix rising up from the ashes and doing something loving that's going to be powerful and life-changing. The Libra Moon sextiles Jupiter in Sagittarius. So a sextile is another harmonious relationship. So you building these bridges with Jupiter, the lucky planet, means that on an intellectual and personable level, you're totally with Jupiter and you're like, yeah, let's go forward, let's move on. So Friday the 22nd, you desperately want to move forward with your ideas, but there's a kind of fear that you'll lose your momentum, which makes you somewhat reactive if someone around you doesn't understand your vision or what you're trying to achieve. And when that happens, you can come across as really hard and dismissive. So if there's a relationship in your life that needs to end and you haven't been able to end that relationship because you're just not on the same wavelength and it's gone on forever and ever and ever, and you have to explain everything to that person, whereas other people just get it, and you just haven't had the strength or the steel in your spine to kind of just say, do you know what, it's over, get lost. If that kind of thing is in your life, then you'll be able to end that relationship if you haven't been able to in the past. But also watch out for other relationships. If you're already on kind of thin ice with certain people because of your behavior, today's snappiness may be the final straw for someone else in your life to say, okay, get lost, I've had it. So be cautious in terms of how you are with other people, because you really want to move forward. The Libra Moon now, even though you have this charming aura around you, it's much tougher, and you're looking at things from a logical level, and it's about moving forward. So when someone suddenly appears in your way, you're like, what are you doing? Get out of my way. And you have no patience for any of that. So people's feelings may be hurt, and you may tread on people's toes, and you're like, oh, I don't care, I just want to move forward. And that's difficult, because then people will feel totally dismissed, and then there's the potential for them to exit your life. If you want people to exit your life, Friday is the day to get them to exit. Saturday the 23rd of Feb, we've got the moon going into Scorpio at 3:57 in the afternoon. So the moon in Scorpio is again very intuitive, very spiritual. Scorpio is able to dive down to the deepest, darkest, most taboo, hidden emotional things within you. It's like an emotional detective. Mercury's in Pisces, so it complements the moon in Scorpio, so they really work together now, because the Mercury is the communication planet, and in Pisces it's also in a water sign. It sextiles Pluto in Capricorn, so your intuition and your dreams can change things in a practical sense. The Scorpio moon also trines the sun in Pisces, more water, and the sun is the center of our solar system. It's the most important thing. It's your identity. That's in Pisces at the moment, so you totally are aligned with spiritual ideas and thoughts. And the moon opposes Mars in Taurus, which is I want to do practically. So that's on the other side here. So on Saturday, you're going to feel very strongly about your projects and what you're working on. Or even the way you see certain events in your life that have taken place. You may see them in a certain way, and you may have made a judgment around it. Other people may have seen it completely differently. You know, when there's an accident scene and they take witnesses' accounts of what happened, everyone's account is different. People see things in totally different ways. So again, like Friday, Saturday continues. Any opposition from other people or being contradicted is really going to get on your nerves, because you want to move forward and you're certain about what you're doing. You know you're right, and you may wear your formidable hat like Granny Weatherwax and get rather huffy with people who oppose you. So cool it. Realize that other people have views and opinions as well. Even though here on Saturday you could not care less about what other people think at the moment. So use this time to really liberate yourself and free yourself, because you know what's right, you know what you want to do, you've got certain ideas and projects that you want to work on. Sometimes it takes someone to be independent and to say, I don't care about your warnings and your contradictions and your oppression of me. I'm gonna do this. I want to wear a sparkly jumpsuit. You don't think that's a good idea, but I'm gonna do it. Like if you're in a band, for instance, you're Freddie Mercury, and you want to wear a sparkly jumpsuit, and the other guys say, isn't that a bit much? Then you're like, no, it's not. It's what I need. So really, be quiet and just let me get on with it. And that's important for self-expression again. So this is a week of self-expression, and it's really a week of getting the things going on internally for you, externalizing them and making them real. On Sunday, the 24th of February, we've got the moon still in Scorpio, and it trines Neptune in Pisces, so the water planet of imagination and spirituality, and it sextiles Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, which are exactly the opposite. So the Scorpio moon and Neptune are like fantasy land and feeling. Saturn and Pluto are like, let's build and let's transform in a real tangible way. So Sunday the 24th is another great day where the veil between the worlds is very thin. So if you're clairvoyant, or if you're a medium, or if you're an intuitive reader, it's going to be really easy for you to get messages. But also if you're a creative person, if you want the motivation for a new song, or you paint, or you write, or you're a performer, a dancer, and you're looking for the inspiration for the muses to whisper in your ear, Sunday is the day to make some time to let the muses whisper in your ear and for you to be inspired. So because of that interaction, it's a great day to have a reading or to tune in with your higher self and to download those ideas. Dreams and fantasies will translate into actual steps that you can take to make them a reality. That's what Pluto and Saturn do for you. They give you mundane, practical messages like, this is the song, write the first note, and then write the second note. So Sunday, daydreaming is mandatory. It's a must, okay? It's compulsory. You have to daydream, and you have to think about what could happen and what your potential dreams are, because you're really going to get amazing insights on Sunday as well. So that's what I get for you this week. It looks like an amazing week where you can really actualize yourself and make your life bigger and make your surroundings kind of fit you more, because you're taking charge of your life, you're empowered, and you're saying, this is what I want to do despite of what other people think. So it's really a week to, put your stamp on your life and make your mark and to take your power back, which is great. So that's what I get. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. If you like my videos, then please share them online. These readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. So if you share the video, then other people will hopefully get this information and maybe find it useful and will be able to do something with it. I don't advertise, so that would be super helpful if you could share this for me. Thank you. I'd be ever so grateful. If you like the videos as well, then please hit the subscribe button to get notified of new dailies and weeklies for all signs of the zodiac, and monthlies and yearlies for specific zodiac signs, and special videos like the new moon and the full moon. So I think I've said this. Just go to gregoryscott.com, click on readings, and you can book your reading there. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you next week.